Hello dear students, welcome to the another video tutorial of parasitology. In that we have started already with the chapter 5 life cycle pathogenicity and control measures of various parasites. In that we have completed with Plasmodium vivax, that is malarial parasite, Entamoeba histolytica and Ascaris lumbricoides at the last session. So today's session will be the touching towards the completion of our um, chapter number 5 with the that will be the last parasite, that will be the platyhelminth, known as the Taenia solium. Okay, so Taenia solium is commonly known as the pork tapeworm. Tapeworm means uh, its look like the uh, longest tape. Okay, so it is a segmented, highly segmented insect or the parasite. Okay, and it is from the Taenia solium is a parasitic organism which belongs to the family Tenidae under order uh, Cyclophilidae of the class Cystoda. Okay, and it is known as the pork tapeworm, common name. Okay, so it is occurred almost or the amongst the pork entire all over the world. Okay, so it is the cosmopolitan in nature. Okay, where there is the pork or is eaten, or the pigs are slaughtered for the pork. Okay, and the muscles of that pigs may contain this type of the parasite known as the pork tapeworm, or the scientific name is Taenia solium. Okay, so it is the arm tapeworm of the humans. Okay, where there is the infection of this pork tapeworm parasite to the humans by means of eating raw manure, or the raw pork of this particular type of the pig, where there is the piggeries are um, very much taken, like the poultry farming. Okay, where there is the pig farming is done. Okay, where these particular pigs are habitat like that, they are eating the fecal materials or the into the drainage systems. Likewise in our day to day the cities. Okay, where there is a, you can see the pigs are wandering into the cities. Okay, and where they are locating, or they are just passing out from these particular drainage systems, and they are eating the scavenging their day-to-day activity. Okay, so the adult worm lives in the small intestine, upper jejunum of the human, if in case they are infested. Okay, so it is the armed tapeworm of the human. Okay, the systematic positions of these particular parasite. Okay, the phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, the class Cystoda, subclass is Eucystoda. Okay, order is Tenudiae or the Cyclophylladia. Okay, family is Tenidae, and genus is Taenia, and species known as the Solium or the Saginata or the beef tapeworm. Okay, so its definitive host is human. Adult and larval forms are found, and intermediate host is the pig or the human itself. Okay, So the geographical distribution of this particular Taenia solium, as I said, this is the cosmopolitan in nature. So Taenia solium is cosmopolitan in distribution. It is commonly found at the place where this raw and inadequately cooked pork is consumed by man. Okay, it is infection is abundant in Yugoslavia, Schizonosilvonica, okay, and other Slavic countries, uh, and Germany, and in some part of the India where the northeast countries and the um, middle India also seen some regions where these particular infections are reported in the humans. Okay, so these parasitic infections where, as you can see in this particular graph, it is given by the European Union. And okay, so as you can see, the upper part of the Asia, eastern part of the Asia is most affected, and somewhat like the African countries, okay, somewhere one or two places in India also, and the most part of the something China, okay, and Mongolia, and some our northeastern countries in the world are affected by means of this particular type of the parasitic infections. Okay, as you can see in the cemented color, okay, the countries are reporting this particular type of the cases. Where you can see the bigger dots, there are greater than or equal to 10,000 cases per year. Okay, okay, so 1,000 to the 10,000 cases per year, like in you can see the bigger dot in the China, okay, or you can see in the UAE, or okay, and another the second biggest dot, that means the 1,000 to the 9,999 cases per year. Okay, so this is the somewhat geographical distribution of these particular parasitic infections, which is caused by means of this particular parasite known as the Taenia solium. Okay, so the habits and habitat of these particular parasite known as the Taenia solium. So the adult worms are commonly found in the intestine of man. Okay, who is the final host, and the worm lies attached to the intestinal mucosa by means of the head or the scolex, and it soak up the food digested by its host. Okay, so the larval stages are commonly found in the pig and ox. Okay, so the its life history is completed in two hosts, that is digenetic life cycle will be completed in the man being the primary host and the pig as secondary host. Okay, so the except the adult, various stages of its history are passed in the body of the secondary host. Other animals like goat, cattle, horse, and monkey may also serve as the secondary host of these particular parasitic infections. Okay, and the Taenia solium is, however, reported from those parts of the world where pork is eaten either raw or improperly cooked. Okay, and um, especially in the European countries. As I said, the European countries are the most affected countries of this particular parasitic infection. Okay, so as you can see the morphology, the body of the Taenia solium is long, dorsoventrally flattened, and ribbon or tape like hence it is called as the tapeworm. Okay, so it measures about 2 to 3 meters or more in the length. Okay, the body of this animal is extremely narrow anteriorly, and gradually it becomes broader posteriorly. Okay, so the body of the animal is divisible into three regions. Okay, the neck is the short, and after it the elongated body known as the strobila is present. Okay, the entire body is covered by uh, tegment. Okay, the strobila is divided into proglottids or segments. Okay, so these may be 800 to 900 in numbers, less than 1000. Okay, and a gravid segment is about 12 into 6 millimeter thicker. Okay, and that is longer than broader. Okay, that the it it's 12 into 6 long, the longest or the gravid segment of this particular tapeworm. Okay, so it's long than the broad. Okay, so as you can see, the gravid proglottids contains lots of fertilized egg with uh, are the spherical in shape with 35 to 42 micrometer in diameter. Okay, so the genital pores are situated marginally and alternate irregularly between right and the left margins. Okay, so the gravid uterus consists of a central main stem with 5 to the 10 compound lateral branches on each side. So the tapeworm has a lifespan about 25 years. Okay, it can resides 25 years into the particular uh, host. Okay, so as you can see, this scolex or head. Okay, in the right picture. Okay, so as you can see, the morphology like neck, integument, or the immature proglottids, strobila, that will be the when that particular immature proglottids are going to get thicken or broader. Okay, so the mature proglottids, you can see the broadest cells of this particular animal. Okay, and gravid proglottids, that means it is the sexually mature segments. Okay, so this tapeworm matures into the segments. Okay, so each segment contains uh, the its genitals. Okay, and it can give the entire segment can be gravid at a one time. Okay, so as you can see the right picture, it is the picture of this scolex or head. Okay, and that head, as you can see, it having the rostrum, that are the hooks to attach to the uh, intestine. Okay, so the upper part of this particular rostrum, as you can see, it contains the small hooks. Okay, yeah, that hooks are having the blade to get properly attached to the intestinal mucosa. Okay, it having the small and the large hooks. Okay, having some large hooks or that are to get properly get attachment. Okay, you can see the scolex or head, the anterior end of the body is process a small globular knob like head is known as the scolex. Okay, and it bears four circular suckers, and they are adhesive organs. Okay, adhesive means they are going to get attached to the intestine. There is a conical part situated anteriorly known as the rostellum. The rostellum is armed with a double circle of alternating the large and the small hook. Okay, and in each circle 28 to 30 curved chitinous and outward pointing hooks are present. Okay, and that hooks are going to pointing outward. Okay, um, and why that pointing outward. Okay, if that a particular head is going to get inside. Okay, and when that particular animal is going to move backward. Okay, and its neck is going to get stretched, and that large and the small hooks which are present alternate one by one. Okay, they are going to attach the inner side of the segmented wall of the intestine, and they are going to get attached to that. Okay, so the sculex of the rostellum is having 28 to 30 curved chitinous teeth like structures. Okay, and the blade and the base with the scolex is useful for the attachment in the intestine of host. Okay, so however, in the case of a beef tapeworm, that is the Taenia saginata, okay, the rostellum and hooks are absent in the beef tapeworm. Okay, so as you can see, the neck of this particular parasite, behind this scolex, the narrow flattened and the unsegmented region is called as the neck. Okay, up to the immature proglottids. Okay, so it is also called as the area of segmentation or the proliferation. Okay, where there is the growth of that particular cells are going to happen. Okay, and new segments or the proglottids are formed from the neck region by asexual transfer diversion or the budding process. Okay, and the next part, that is the strobila. Okay, that immature proglottids, that means they are multiplying over there. Okay, and next part is the strobila. As you can see, it is the flattened ribbon like body after the neck region. Okay, the strobila is distinctly segmented, consist of linear series of the segment called known as the proglottids. Okay, and uh, an adult tapeworm may contain 800 to the 1000 proglottids in a single tapeworm. Since these proglottids are budded off from neck, hence those are the anterior and the youngest uh, at the posterior. Okay, that anterior are the youngest and the posterior end are the oldest uh, proglottids. Okay, and they are present in the same individual. Okay, a proglottid is a unit part of the body enclosing a complete set of mature uh, female organs. Okay, and each proglottid is independent and self-contained units having a full set of sex organs and portion of a excretory and nervous system. Okay, there is no reproductive organs developed before the female organs. Okay, that means the very first developing sexual organs in this particular entire animal is the female organs, and after that male organs are going to form. Okay, depending on the maturity of the reproductive organs, there are three types of the proglottids. First one will be the immature proglottids, as you can see the below neck. Okay, where these immature proglottids are, these are the youngest proglottids. Okay, and in which sex organs are not differentiated. Okay, they are about 200 in numbers in broader than long. Okay. Okay. So the second one is the mature proglottids. As you can see at the middle of this particular animal, they attain sexual maturity and produce eggs. Okay, these are formed in the middle region of the body, and male and female reproductive organs are well developed in this particular situation. Okay, and these proglottids are usually squarish and rectangular and are enclosed by a layer of a tegment. Okay, and towards each lateral margin of the proglottid contains longitudinal nerve and the longitudinal excretory canal. Okay, and each segment a transverse excretory canal is also present. Okay, towards the posterior part of the segment. Okay, and the third type of the um, proglottids, that are the gravid proglottids, or it's also known as the ripe or the ripened proglottids. Okay, and these proglottids are towards the posterior end containing branch uterus. Okay, with the full of the fertilized egg. Other organs are degenerated in these particular proglottids. Okay, and these segments are longer than the broad, as you can see. Okay, these segments are the longer than the broad. Okay, and they are regularly cut off from posterior end of um, strobila. Okay, and its phenomenon is known as the apolysis. Apolysis means going to get cut a segment. Okay, or the one entire cell. Okay, they are passed to the outside with the fecus of a host during defecation, and this likewise they are going to reproduce. Okay, so this is actual real time image of these particular head, or the scolex, which is magnified into the um, compound microscope. Okay, as you can see the suckers. Okay, as you can see the rostellum. Okay, you can see the hooks that are the pointed outward. Okay, as you can see the suckers, uh, the various in number, that is the 4 to the 5 in number. Okay, as you can see the hook of this particular rostellum. Okay, so we are going to stop here, and we will meet in the next session. Okay, thank you.